We are halfway through the NFL season, and the 2026 NFL Draft could change the trajectory for a lot of these teams that are not doing so hot. I'm here with my co-host Metro. We have a full mock draft today. Metro, how you doing, sir?
Doing good. As you guys can see, we're on the PFF mock draft simulator. I'm taking the evens. Cade's taking the odds. Cade, you have the New York Jets first. Go ahead and start us off here.
So the Jets, it is a common theme that we need to draft quarterbacks every couple years to make sure we have a fresh face in the building. So let's go over to that quarterback section if you don't mind, Metro. We got a lot of options this year. Guys, this quarterback class maybe kind of hated on. I think it's loaded with talent. You have prospects like Fernando Mendoza, who have been lights out, the young kid in Dante Moore, who looks like a stone cold killer, ice in his veins, Ty Simpson emerging rapidly, Lenore Sellers with a ton of upside, and even John Mateer, a little bit of a sleeper right there. But today, I'm staying vanilla. Fernando Mendoza has been great all season long and has showed us no reason to not trust him with the first overall pick. Also doesn't hurt that he's also a 6'5", 225 quarterback. That man's an absolute statue or a mountain, however you want to describe him. Point is, he is the Jets' new quarterback of the future. I'm taking him here, 101 off the board. Metro, you got the Titans on the clock.
All right, the Titans don't need a quarterback. They just took their guy in Cam Ward. They need top tier talent, as much talent as they can physically get. And I'm going to go ahead and take Ruben Bain Jr. He's just the best player in the entire draft, in my opinion. And adding him to a team that badly needs a pass rusher just makes the most sense to me. So I'll take Ruben Bain. And you get the fun pick here at the Miami Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins, they need to help the base of this team, aka the trenches. But I'm here to have fun, Metro. The tie's off. You know that. The ties come off during the mock drafts. I'm taking the best player on my personal board, Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver out of Arizona State. Tyreek Hill will not be there next year. That's not why I'm taking him. I'm taking Jordan Tyson because I think he's going to be an elite level wide receiver at the NFL level. He is 6'2", 220. He can shake anybody in coverage, maybe even in a phone booth. And then also he hangs in the air and reels in any kind of catch thrown his way. I just love his playmaking ability. He is special, and he's coming to be a Dolphin, and he just fits in Miami, man. From what, Scottsdale, or what's it technically Tempe, Arizona, going over to Miami. From party city to party city, he'll fit in great. Welcome to Miami, brother.
All right, Miami gets their new wide receiver one with Tyreek Hill probably out the door. I got the Saints at number 4. I'm not going to take a quarterback. I just think Spencer Rattler's playing too good, and you drafted Tyler Shock. I don't think you need to do all that. So that's put me in a position here where kind of can just go best player available in a position of need. I would love to take Caleb Downs, but you just signed Reed. I just can't take a safety number 4. I know Peter Woods is going to give you all the red flags as a Brian Brsay, but man, he's just a very good player, a very, very good player. I could go receiver if Chris Olave is out the door, but you took my guy Jordan Tyson, who I probably would have taken here at number 4. So thanks a lot, Cade, for that one. That makes my life a lot more hard. That all said, man, there's some really good players here, but I'm going to go ahead and take Peter Woods. I know Clemson is not having the season they thought they were going to have, but Peter Woods is still as dominant as ever. 6'3", 310, can absolutely stuff the run while also being a pretty good pass rusher for his size. Disruptor up the middle, and again, I know Brian Brsay gives you some concerns, but Brsay is not the prospect that Peter Woods is. Peter Woods is a difference maker, and who knows? Maybe Woods gets the best out of Brian Brsay in that competition. So I'm gonna take Peter Woods here.
Love that, man. And honestly, you're just bolstering that whole group. What a great pick right there for going to 5, the Cleveland Browns. Another team that likes to change the quarterback scene up every couple years. But man, it's not just quarterback. This team needs help all around. Wide receiver, Tyson would be an awesome landing spot here. We could go guard and tackle. I'm a big believer in O-line, but this class this year, I think is good. Keyword good, not top 10 worthy in my eyes. So I'm going to skip there. Cornerback, bunch of good prospects. But the one guy I think could fit in Cleveland and make a difference. Let's take a damn quarterback, okay? Smart or not, don't really care. We got one more year in the Deshaun Watson contract. We're going to pay him about $50 gajillion in his final year to not play. Or maybe he does, who knows. Point is, Dante Moore, he is 20 years old. He has played great this year. In the biggest games, he has shown up. He is a point guard through and through, but when it's time to make plays, that is when he steps up to the plate and makes it happen. I love the poise that Dante Moore shows, and if anybody can handle a Cleveland locker room and situation, I think it's the kid in Dante Moore. Let's take him here to Cleveland at 5, the new savior of Cleveland.
Fair enough. They need a quarterback badly. It's not Shador time anymore. It's Dante Moore time. Give him the rock. Let him cook. All right, I got number 6. I got the Raiders. What a abysmal football season it has been for the Raiders. Less than 100 yards versus the Chiefs. 31 to nothing versus a good Chiefs team, but golly, you can't even put up 100 yards, 3 first downs. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? You brought in Geno Smith. You brought in Pete Carroll. I wouldn't be surprised if they both get cut after their first seasons, which is just stunning for two vets. Let's be honest, two veteran guys at the head coach and quarterback position. Neither one of them have worked out. This could be Max Crosby's last year of the team. I guess I could take an edge rusher like TJ or Keldrick Falk or somebody like that. But man, you know, Cade's been having all the fun. Fernando, Tyson, Dante. I've been having no fun. Ruben Bain and Peter Woods. Raiders need a damn quarterback, man. It's not going to be Aiden O'Connell. It's not going to be Kenny Pickett. It's sure as hell ain't going to be Geno Smith. I think you reset the room here and give Ty Simpson, Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and Ashton Genty and add some more pieces through the free agency market. I'm going to go Ty Simpson here to be the starting quarterback. And, look, he gets to be in the same room with Tom Brady and, all those guys in Las Vegas. I just think it's a good fit for a quarterback. Now, I know the complaint with Ty is that he's only played, 7 games his entire career, basically. But, man, look at the numbers here. 18 touchdowns, 1 pick, 123.1 pass rating. He could play better against pressure, but man, this is just a really good quarterback that isn't afraid to look down the middle, isn't afraid to look off safeties. I mean, he's a great quarterback prospect. If he had played, if he plays 15 games this year, I'm assuming that, I guess that would take them to the national championship. I think that would give you a big enough sample size to feel pretty good about him. I'm going Ty Simpson. I think he's a really freaking good player.
Ty Simpson could make his conversation into the top 5 if he keeps playing this way. Like you mentioned, Bama's hot into the playoffs and wins the damn big one. Let's go to 7, where we have the New York Giants. And this one's pretty easy for me. I'm taking Caleb Downs. Typically, safeties slide all the way to something stupid like 15 in the draft. Caleb is special. He will slide a little bit, but I don't think he makes it out of the top 10. We could use another DB on this roster, and he's just a playmaker at the end of the day. Caleb, welcome to the roster. I don't have to talk about this guy. Oh. You are now our Giant.
Yeah, great player, can play inside the box, can play deep. I just think this is a Giants team that you tried Deontay Banks, you tried Tyler Nubin, hasn't really fully worked out. Throw Caleb Downs in there, put him up with Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo. That definitely helps out your secondary. Can never go wrong by taking an all-pro safety. So, great player. All right, I got the Cardinals at number 8, and man, I'm tempted to go with an offensive lineman here. Spencer Fano makes a ton of sense. You know the saying, man, death, taxes, Arizona taking linebackers. Arvell Reese makes a ton of sense. Not going to lie to you. So I'm tempted to go Arvell Reese, but no, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the right tackle here. Look, I know Kyler Murray hasn't been great. I think you got to protect him. I think you got to keep building on this offense. Jonah Williams was terrible. Micah Parsons, I think, just had 3 sacks on him. I think Spencer Fano steps in instantly at right tackle and upgrades that room quite significantly.
Awesome pick. Let's go to the Bengals on the clock at 9. Man, Bengals could use help everywhere, even on defense. And I'm leaning towards my best player on the board, and that's going to be Keldrick Falk. Obviously, I'm not including Love because I love Love. But we don't really need a running back. We need a lot of more things. Keldrick Falk is, how do I explain this?
Big,
a grown
strong
man. Oh my God. A mountain of a man who isn't super refined, but we can work with that. I think I mentioned this before to Metro. How guys look at girls who have clear red flags, but they're bombshells, right? And they go, I can fix her. Some coach is going to see Keldrick Falk. He's not broken, okay? Just a couple red flags here and there. Not super refined. I'll take that talent and that upside, that bombshell all day long in Keldrick Falk. Welcome to the team. You are a Bengal.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about his game. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he's a refined pass rusher yet, but he's got good size. He'll be a good run stuffer. And, man, I think he can absolutely fly off the edge. You put him with Shamar Stewart. That's a really talented edge duo to build your core around. And I think he can also play in the interior a little bit if you really need him to. Not necessarily in their system, but I think he can if you really want him to, especially in more like pass rush situations. All right, 10, I got the Houston Texans. And, boy, would they have loved to have taken Fano. I'm going to stick with the offensive line here. I'm going to take Francis Maugoa. I never can say his name. I apologize to him. He's having a really good year for Miami. He plays right tackle. I think you can stick him inside to play guard. I'm going to say this a couple times in this podcast/video. I think you stick him at tackle. If he works, cool. If he doesn't work, put him at guard, he'll play really good there. It's kind of like the Will Campbell situation last year for New England. He's playing really good at left tackle. I think that's what you do with Francis. Stick him at right tackle. If it doesn't work out, move him inside, and you can rework this offensive line. This is an offensive line for Houston that has a long, long, long way to go. Francis is just one of those pieces, and maybe you can build around him, Ursary, and some other guys. So I'll go Francis for this Texans offensive line.
Love it. Let's go to 11, where we got the Dallas Cowboys. And
Mess this
Metro,
up.
you talked about a. Yep, you already know. You already know. It's defense. You talked about this player before. I think Arvell Reese would be a ton of fun on this team. Yes, we just got rid of Micah. Arvell Reese is not going to be Micah Parsons, but he's a pretty damn good football player. We could start somewhere. I'm going to take him right here. He can rush the passer a little bit. He can also, of course, stop the run. That's what he's best at. Point is, he's got crazy length, a freak athlete in the inside linebacker position. Can even get on the edge a little bit if you need him to. Arvell Reese, a man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to take him right here to the Cowboys.
You literally could not go wrong with any of these five guys here. TJ, Jermod, Arvell, Mansour Delane, Caleb Banks. You cannot go wrong. I love the pick of Arvell Reese. The Cowboys have had linebacker issues since the day I was out the womb, man. We have been terrible at linebackers for a long time. We thought we had the answers in Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch, and then
Sean Lee, dog.
True. Sean Lee was an absolute beast, but he always had no running mate. It was always him and some practice squad guy for most part. I mean, we had a few couple good guys here and there, but never consistently. Arvell Reese, though, pair him up with DeMarvin Overshown. I freaking love it. Two dudes that can absolutely fly across the field, cause havoc. I absolutely love that pick. All right, Washington. I'm going to go corner here. Jermod McCoy or Mansour Delane. Jermod had a really good 2024 season. He's been injured. He has not played this year. We're going to see him eventually. I think Jermod has shown me a little bit more consistency throughout his career. Obviously, he hasn't played this year, which has been super disappointing. Hopefully, he can return. Really good player. Mansour Delane is having a really excellent year for LSU. Sticky in coverage, has good size, can play all across the field. The Marshawn Lattimore trade has ended up not looking very good for Washington. I think you can go either player here. Flip a coin. I'm going to go Jermod McCoy. I think he's a good fit. Big, long, lengthy. Pair him up with Trey Amos. I think that gives you two lengthy corners on the outside with Mike Sanders still on the inside. Fixes up that secondary and gets Marshawn Lattimore off the field. He has been bad for that team.
Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings at 13. And for 13, I'm leaning with the player. Probably going to be unpopular, but I don't really care. Our current situation is our quarterback's not working. All right. JJ is struggling a little bit, and his success is pivotal.
Why are we laughing?
Oh, I can't take a new quarterback. We just got this guy.
Yeah.
We got to make JJ work. We told Sam Darnold, see you later. We said, this kid is the truth. The whole locker room knows it. The coaching staff knows it. They are tied to his name. So I'm going to make a pick, probably unpopular. There are tackles here I feel good about. There's a center here I feel great about. May not like it. That's okay. Logan Jones, the center of Iowa, number 65, I think is an absolute monster. Absolute monster, Metro. Yes, center here early. The point is, I think they're going to pick later here. But I love Logan Jones. He could help this team out a ton. I'm going to take him off the board at 13. Hot take. Love me some Logan Jones.
Logan Jones at 13th overall?
You heard me. Heard me. Punch it in.
Okay. Not over Connor Lew over Iona?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
It's your pick.
I'm doing it.
Okay. By the way, he loves Emmanuel Pregnon too. We might hear his name in a little bit. Logan Jones. They need a center. They need a center quite badly. And look, Iowa, hey, they can produce some dogs. Logan Jones, you're a Minnesota Viking. I haven't heard that name in the first round, at least none in my mock drafts. Shout out to you, man.
Logan's a dog.
You're deep in the books over there. Deep into the offensive line books. I love it.
Also, yeah, I'm not talking out maybe it's my name. I don't really care. But I watched all these guys this morning, like 25 O linemen, all interior. Love Logan Jones. He's my favorite.
Dude was absolutely grinding. All right, I got Baltimore here. This pick is so easy for me. I'm taking TJ Parker. This is somebody that you could take in the top 5, and I have zero issues with. I would love to take Cardinal Tate here. We did that in another mock draft, but can't do that, man, when TJ Parker's on the board. This team badly needs help off the edge. They badly need help on the defensive side. That defense was horrific to start the season off, and we'll see if it gets better now that they're off the bye, but I'm not buying too much into it. I'm taking TJ, man. Look, this year has not been as good as last year. You can see the numbers. Only 2 sacks compared to 12. only a 12.6% pass rush win rate. 9.7 versus the run's pretty decent. I think he's having a better year than what the numbers say. I just think that Clemson team in general, just it felt like the juice got sucked out of the team the second they lost in week 1. And it feels like they haven't recovered since then. I still think TJ is a very talented player. I do kind of worry a little bit about the regression from last year to this year. I kind of worry, is he a player that's a little bit tapped out in terms of talent? Is there still a room to grow? I think there is. I think Baltimore's a team that can get anything left within him to grow and develop, and he would be a great player to, maybe pair up with Mike Green, maybe not. We'll see.
Love it. Moving on at 14. Not 14, at 15, we're going to have the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, man, you already know. We keep taking wide receivers in the first round. It's a drug we cannot quit. And I'm doing it again.
Why not?
Watch me do it again. Watch me do it again. Carnell Tate, I love Mekhi Lemon, by the way, but Carnell Tate, I think, has so much upside. He is going to be the upside pick in the first round this year. This guy can run routes with so much precision, great release package, and when the ball is in the air, it's his ball. It's a 90-10 ball, and I literally mean a 90-10 ball. Look at that contested catch rate right there. He's unstoppable. I'm taking him right here. And at the end of the day, you talk about like middle school helmet scouting. He went to OSU. Twist my arm. He is going to be a Panther.
Fair enough, man. Look, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith and Jigba, Mecca Igbuka, eventually Jeremiah Smith, and now Carnell Tate. Can never go wrong with an Ohio State receiver, man. When they are a talented player, you got to take them. And Carnell Tate with Tet McMillan, Rico Dowell apparently is playing like a superstar. I freaking love the pick. All right, I'm up with the Browns. And look, you take your quarterback in Dante Moore. You got 2 routes. Do I get him a weapon to make him get more comfortable in the offense? Or do I give him an offensive lineman? We kind of took the guys that I like. Well, I haven't seen Logan Jones yet, so I can't speak on that one. But Spencer Fano and Francis would have liked to have taken them here. But, man, you got Mekhi Lemon on the board, man. Having a great season for USC. You talk about a bit of an undersized guy, but you can play him in the slot. I still think you can play him on the outside too. When you drafted Dante Moore, you got to find him a weapon on the outside. Of course, you have Judy. You have some tight ends you feel pretty good about. Look, you have your quarterback. You got to surround him with talent. Mekhi Lemon is that guy you could put in the interior, put it in the inside with Jerry Judy on the outside, and whoever else you want to put up there with them doesn't really matter. Mekhi Lemon is that safety blanket that Dante Moore can develop with. Think of him almost like what Adam Thielen was in some ways to Bryce Young in terms of just being that guy you can consistently rely on. But I think Mekhi Lemon gives you a higher upside. I think he's a very talented player that I think he can have 1,000 yards in his rookie season. I think he's that good of a prospect, especially for Cleveland that needs weapons like badly. I think you put him Dante Moore with him, checks out for me.
Cleveland Browns winning the draft already? Could be. Let's move forward. Oh, man, this guy knows me so well. Rams are on the clock, and it's 17. The only way Lenore Sellers works if he comes out this year, if he gets to develop, all right?
Yeah.
Where else would you rather develop than behind Stafford and with Mr. McVay? I'm taking Sellers here all day long. He is a beast of a quarterback, 6'3", 240, just an absolute refrigerator with the football in his hands, but he can run too. He is strong. People cannot bring him down, but also you got to throw the football. He has a cannon of an arm. He also is working on his accuracy, okay, getting better every single week. The processing improving every single week as well. Talk about what AR could have been. Not a comp to AR. The point is high potential. Actually develop the dude. Don't just throw him in there week 1 and say, hey, figure it out. Develop the guy. Lenore Sellers can be that guy, that dude, a high-end talent going to the Rams.
And the Rams also have a second pick down the board here at 27, so they get to add another piece next to Lenore Sellers. Absolutely love that pick. Sellers is an interesting prospect, very interesting guy. He's going to get the comparison to Richardson, and probably rightfully so. There's a lot to draw between the two. But Lenore's has a bit more experience, and I think there's a ceiling there that is really high level. And you let Sean McVay get his hands on him, I think he'll absolutely get this guy to the next level. All right, Bears at 18. I'm not going to overthink this one. I'm going to take another tight end. You got Colston Loveland. You got Cole Kmet. I'm taking Kenyon Sadiq. I'm kidding. I am kidding. I'm going with Jeremiah Love. But arguably the best player in this class. Like, not even, no BS. He is a total stud at the running back. Now, the question is he the prospect of a Genti, of a 2016 Ezekiel Elliott, of a Saquon Barkley, of even a Bijan Robinson? I don't know if I would go that far, but I think he's a dang good prospect. In my opinion, by far and away the best running back of this class. There's some other really good ones. Justice Haynes having a good year, or is a good prospect for sure. I like Jonah Coleman a lot, but man, Jeremiah Love, you want to talk about just a freak athlete. The vertical jump this guy is going to do at the combine, if he does the combine, is going to be through the roof. He could hurdle dudes so easily. Good athlete, runs well, could be a 3-down back, really good in the pass game too. You got Kamanung guy stepping up over there too, so I think he can spell Jeremiah Love. Get DeAndre Swift out of that RB1 role, in comes Jeremiah Love. I freaking love that pick for the Bears.
Might be the most fun pick of the draft, except until we get to this one.
I'm
Metro's
scared.
like, he already knows. Chargers this year have been riddled with injuries, and I think there's a player that could bolster this interior O line. And just like Viking fans, they're probably cussing me out. That's okay. I'm a Lions fan anyways. They can hate me if they want to. Connor Liu makes a lot of sense, but Metro knows the most disgusting pick here. Like I said, I watched film this morning. There you go. Emmanuel Pregnon. This guy's an absolute athlete. He is a force to be reckoned with and strong as hell. Great in pass pro as well. He could take this O line to the next level. I believe in him. I think he's a Harbaugh guy, an absolute dog in him as well. Give me the redshirt senior 6'5" left guard, Emmanuel Pregnon, in the first round of the Chargers.
All right, you guys are getting some of the Cade Rathbone dudes. You got Logan Jones and Emmanuel Pregnon. I gotta watch these guys' tape. I have not seen some of these offensive linemen down the board. I've been really focusing on defensive guys first. I gotta get to offensive guys, especially those offensive linemen. I gotta get to those dudes. All right,
And
20.
also, who knows if I'm right? Like it's like
Hey,
chicken or the egg. Is Kate just drinking again? Who knows? But Pregnon's going off the board.
I love it, man. Shoot, give me these are your guys. These are your
They are.
go-tos. All right, I got the Niners on the board here, and there's a couple ways I could go. I really would love to get Sadiq off the board, but you got Kittle. That's not going to happen. Mansour Lane probably should be off the board by now if we're just being honest with each other, but yeah, I like the way the board's falling for us. So I think for San Francisco, it got to be something on the offensive line. I think they could use a center. I think they can use tackles. Problem is, I don't really know if there's a guy on the board here that stays at tackle besides Austin Nasirville, whatever you say his name, and I'm not going to take him here. I think Proctor has the talent to stay at tackle, but I think he might move inside to play guard. Could take Connor Liu, start him at center, but I'm not sure I'm liking any of these options. I think I just might take something on the defense. I wouldn't mind taking Mansour Delane. I feel like corner hasn't really been a huge issue for the team, but man, if you can get a difference maker, I don't think you don't do it. I think I'm going to go with Mansour Delane here.
Dude, he's such a good player. He's played so well in 2025, so I don't blame you.
All right, Mansour Delane, you are a 49er, and you are up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Good luck with this one.
Steelers are on the clock, and this is the debate. Do we take a quarterback? My personal thoughts, I love me some John Mateer. I also do love me some Garrett Nussmeier. I think he can play very, very well. But I also do know this draft, if people don't go back like a good majority, is going to have a ton of depth at the quarterback position. You could take shots in the later rounds at guys like Carson Beck, Drew Aller. Am I saying that correct, by the way?
Yes.
Drew, thank you very much. Drew, Cade Klubnik, Jaden Mavia, maybe. But today, I'm going to have fun. Take the tie off, rip that shit off. John Mateer. If he doesn't have that Texas game, I think we're still in this conversation. But he had it. He came back from surgery too. I know. He tore his ligament off the hand and they made him play 2 weeks later. I don't think it's all on him, but he is responsible for his actions. I'm going to have fun today. I'm going to take John Mateer right here to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, John Mateer, you're a Pittsburgh Steeler, my man. I got the Patriots up at 22, and look, I know tight end's not their biggest of needs. They got Hunter Henry, they got a couple of dudes, but man, you want to give Drake May his Rob Gronkowski? Not saying Sadiq's going to be that good, but I think there's a chance he ends up being a really good player. I mean, do I take the tie off and go with him, or do I be a bit more real and take a David Bailey?
Great options.
Really
Great.
good.
You basically said it yourself. Do you take the next Gronk?
I know
That's hard to say.
That's a high bar. You could be the next Rob freaking Gronkowski, the greatest tight end of all time.
Yeah. No pressure.
No pressure at all. I will go David Bailey. I'm gonna go David Bailey. They need pass rush help. They need a dude off the edge that can absolutely fly. Bailey is having a monster season for Texas Tech. 11 sacks through what, 7 games of the year. I mean, that Utah game, I know he was at a 62.1. Man, he dominated that game. I thought he had a brilliant day out there. 22.9 pass rush win rate, just a dominant pass rusher. I think he's good enough against the run. I don't know if I would have him out there on first downs consistently until he develops that as a player, but as a pass rusher, can absolutely fly. So I think David Bailey is a really, really good player. So for a Patriots team that needs as much help off the edge as they can get, why not?
Mr. Bailey is a beast. Let's go to 23 with the Denver Broncos. And you
Yep.
know who I'm taking. I'm taking the next Rob Gronkowski. No. Kenyon Sadiq is his own man. He's 6'3", 245, a little bit differently built. He is a weapon as a wide receiver, but also, guys, he is a willing and physical blocker. Is it technique altogether yet? No, but it's on its way. He's not a bad blocker by any means, but he brings the boom. He gives a damn and shows it on tape every single week. And if you watched his Rutgers game, obviously PFF, somebody here did, he went absolutely bananas. This guy's got the juice at tight end, and we could use one. I'm going to take him right here to the Denver Broncos.
Totally fair. I got the Seahawks at number 24, and I got to take a cornerback here. Reek Williams probably off the team after this year. You got Witherspoon. You got a few other dudes in the secondary. Josh Jobe, of course, a few other names. I might go Avion Terrell. I think he's very good in coverage. A little bit undersized at 5'11", 180. Wouldn't say he's having this insane year for Clemson, but he's been totally fine. He's really sticky in coverage, always there. And I like Colton Hood. He would probably be the only other corner I would take on the first round. I do like Keith Abney a lot too. Round one feels a little bit rich for my liking. I think Avion Terrell does give you that upside to play opposite of Devon Witherspoon or whoever you want to have as your other outside corner. I think he can also play on the inside if you want him to as well. So I'm gonna go take Avion Terrell here.
Let's go. 25. I get my Motor City Kitties, the Detroit Lions. And Metro mentioned a pick once upon a time that I really did like when he said it back. Connor Lew, the Auburn center, is every bit of an NFL center that you can find in this year's draft. He's an absolute tank. He does the job of a center perfectly. He is the center of the universe, man. He does not move, he holds the brick wall. You think that the earth rotates around the sun? No, it rotates around the center, Connor Lew.
Hmm.
I'm taking Connor Lew to the Lions right here, bolstering this O line and bringing it back to glory.
Yeah, I thought 2024 was a little bit of a better year for him, but he's still having a fine year. I don't think he's not dominating as much, but man, he's still playing really good. Centers are one of those positions where you get one, they work for you for the next 15 years, and that's exactly what Connor Lew hopefully will be for that team. All right, we took Arvell Reese in round one, or sorry, pick 11 for the Dallas Cowboys. We're back up here at pick 26, and man, dude, Caleb Banks is right here. I said I was good for taking him at number 11. Here at 26, kind of hard not to take him. You had a dynamic threat with Arvell Reese that can come downhill, get after the quarterback a little bit, while also being good in coverage too. Now you get a guy up the middle that can completely stuff the run. You're developing Donovan Ezraku. You got Marshawn Nealon. You're hoping to get Savone Ravel back too. Maybe he helps to the secondary. Would have liked to add a corner, but maybe I could take Colton Hood. You can talk me into that one. I think he's a good player, but I'm going to go Caleb Banks here, man. Give me that big boy up the middle that can firmly stuff the run and get after the quarterback here and there. Injured this year. Hopefully he'll be back for the combine and things like that. So I'm going to take Caleb Banks here.
Awesome pick for the Cowboys. They have completely turned this defense, or not defense, but this team around super quickly with that pick right there. 27, we have the Rams. And the Rams took a quarterback in the Lenore Sellers at 17. How do we want to help this quarterback? I would like to introduce a man I know Metro likes a lot. Is it Gennings Dunker? Is that pronounced correctly, sir?
I think it's Jennings, but Jennings also doesn't sound too wrong either.
Gennings, sir, whoever pronouncing it correctly or incorrectly, apologies. But Dunker is a force to be reckoned with. This guy is a beast in the run game, also solid in the pass block game. He plays tackle in NCAA. He will likely play guard in the NFL. I'm going to take him here to play guard for the Rams. And it feels like I've taken like 18 interior O linemen today, probably just because I could speak to them today. And it's a very unique mock draft for me.
No, I think you're doing a pretty good job so far. All right, Bucks up at 28. They need pass rushers slash linebackers slash maybe some help in the secondary. If a tight end fell, I would have maybe taken one here, but I'm not taking any of these guys. I'm liking Cassius Howell. I think that might end up being my pick here. But can't sleep on Romello Height or Romeo Height, however you say his name. 4 sacks, 21.2 pass rush run rate. I mean, you guys can see the stats here. I know PFF's gotten some crap lately, but if you're at the 90s, man, you're doing something pretty good. He can absolutely fly and get after the quarterback. 25 hurries through 7 games. That Texas Tech D-line is nasty. They are nasty over there. But I'm going to go and take Cassius Howell, man. And you want to talk about some numbers. 25.5% pass rush win rate, 91.3 pass rush grade. Not so great against the run, but at the same time, not too concerned about it. Length is a little bit of a concern for me, but I'm not too worried. 6'2", 248, strong, very fast, very athletic. I think he can bend around the corner. Has proven sack productivity, 10 in 2023, 8 so far this year. Having a good year for Texas A&M, and I think he goes round 1 and adds to a pass rush in Tampa Bay that is improved, but needs kind of a go-to guy right now. So I'm going to take Cassius Howell here.
Very fun pick right there. Howell, not the lengthiest guy, but damn it, he produces every single week. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at 29. And 29, I'm just gonna take my favorite player. Okay, he's not an interior lineman. Okay, you don't worry, you can rest easy, Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna take a cornerback known as Keith Abney from the Arizona State Sun Devils. Keith is a 20-year-old corner who is super sticky in coverage, and clearly he is 2 steps ahead every single play. 6 foot 190. He is a well-built cornerback, and man, he lays the wood in the run game. He is right on the heels of the wide, or not the heels, the toes of the wide receiver at all times, making plays on the ball. I love this kid. I think he's going to be great in the league, and he's super young and only has more time to develop long term. We just took a cornerback last year. I don't really give a damn. Let's take Keith Abney right here in the first round for the Bills.
I love it. Another corner to add to a team that could really use some help in the secondary. Then you probably need to draft a safety in rounds 2 or 3, especially one that can get downhill and thump. Those dudes they got in the secondary there are weak sauce. They are weak and pathetic. I'm being a little jokey, but at the same time, no. Those dudes need to button up a little bit. Man, they got punked by Derrick Henry. All right, 30, I got the Colts. Do I go Caden Proctor and stick him at guard? Really tempted to do it, man. I know you got Quentin Nelson, but you could probably stick him at right guard. I know it's a bit of a learning curve for him. Kind of tempted. I don't think I'm going to do that, though, although it does feel a little weird to have Proctor this low down the board, especially with the talent he does have. I'm kind of leaning either a linebacker or an edge. I think Sonny Styles, absolute dog. I think him and Arvell Reese, man, Ohio State, man, just replenish every year. They got mags for days. They shoot the barrel. Here comes Caleb Downs. Here goes Jeremiah Smith. I mean, these dudes are just loaded with talent every single year. And, man, Sonny Styles is a dog. And they need help at linebacker quite bad. But Romeo Hyatt is right here. And if I can get him and then in round 2 take another linebacker, because there's a lot of them down the board that I really like Anthony Hill, love him as a player, really good player. CJ Allen, really good player. Torian York, I love Sonny Styles, but I think there's just too many good linebackers down the board. I'm going to take Romeo Hyatt here to pair opposite of Latu and give me a edge duo that can absolutely fly and get after the quarterback a little bit. So yeah, give me Hyatt. Not sure he's going to be the greatest against the run. Bit concerning, but man, he can absolutely fly and get after the quarterback.
Shiver me timbers. That's a nice matchup right there. 31, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are sitting here licking their chops. Oh, man. You left me Caden Proctor, who's got a kick in the yard right here. Caden Proctor, welcome to the Eagles. This O-line, holy shit, man. Every time I read this, I get impressed. 6'7", 366, 20 years old. This man was born in 2005. Holy hell. Moving along to the Chiefs. Take it away. Take us home, Metro.
I love that pick, man. If Caden Proctor goes to Philly, just brutal, man. Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. I mean, this is Mekhi Becton 2.0 probably for this team. That'd be a great
keep getting away with this.
They just take the best player every year, and they did it last year with Jahad Campbell, one of their best defensive players. They might do it this year again. This is a Eagles pick through and through. This is pissing me off, man. I hate the freaking Eagles so much. I hate them, man. All right, Chiefs here. Do I go with another speedy receiver? Worthy, Rice, Hollywood, and Chris Brazzell? Might as well go ahead and do it. Just kidding, won't do it. They need something on, they could use a guard, left guard specifically. I think Iona makes a bit of sense here. He's playing really good. Could be a first-round pick. Wouldn't mind adding something to the edge room, but we kind of feasted in that room these past few picks. I would have loved to take Cassius, Romeo, or any of these guys, David Bailey, if they would have fell. I don't know if I feel good about LT Overton, man. I've never been the highest on him. I think he's a good player, fine player. I just don't know if he has that first round upside to him. Christian Miller's good against the run, but you got some dudes in the interior right now. I think maybe that's something you address in day 2 or day 3. I'm kind of stuck in a bit of a pickle. I can't lie to you. I wouldn't mind Colton Hood. He might be my pick. It's Colton Hood, or do I go with the fun pick and Denzel Boston and just say add even more weapons? But I just don't know if he fits their team really, because they just have Rice, Worthy. They're getting something out of Thornton as well. It's tough. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any thoughts?
I agree. I think we scratch wide receiver. I think Hood's good.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that guard's name out of Penn State, but he's pretty solid as well.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good options. Overton
Yeah.
couldn't hurt.
Yeah. I'll take Colton Hood. It feels like their corner hasn't really been great the past few years, but it also hasn't been bad either. But if you can get Colton Hood, pair him in there as become like your CB1 too, why not? Go ahead and get one real quick. This is our mock draft. Okay, do you want to throw out just a couple highlight picks for the people at home?
Great. Googly moogly. This was a fun mock draft. Let's review. First overall, the Jets get a new quarterback in the building in Fernando Mendoza at 1 overall. Titans get Ruben Bain Jr. Dolphins take Jordan Tyson. Someone's going to get fired. And moving forward, Dante Moore goes to
They're already gone anyways.
yeah, what am I saying? It's a new regime. At 5, we have the Cleveland Browns taking Dante Moore, QB of the future. At 6, we have the Raiders taking Ty Simpson. See you later, Geno Smith. A new quarterback is in town. Following that, what are some more fun picks? Carnell Tate goes to the Panthers, just loading up on wide receiver. Following that, at 17, we got Lenore Sellers being a Ram, learning under Sean McVay. Jeremiah Love's a Bear and a running back as well. Of course, he's a running back. Kenny Sadiq goes at 23 to the Broncos. And then what else we got? Bunch of cool interior alignment. Guys, that's our full mock draft. What did you think? What would you change? Drop it in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, drop a like. Thank you very much. We're on the road to 1K, and it starts with you. Go subscribe down below. Thank you very much. Metro, get us out of here.
I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Peace out.